Sarah, thanks. It's 6 minutes after 7 this morning. Atlanta is getting on board with other metro cities in opposing ICE facilities. City officials took a look at resolutions that were passed by other local governments, passing two of their own. One of them opposes large immigration detention centers within the city. Another one establishes policies for police officers to document ICE activities in the city of Atlanta.
Personally, I believe ICE has no place in Atlanta before, during, or after the World Cup games. And, resolutions like this make that clear. And especially when cities around the state of Georgia are all passing similar initiatives, there's power in numbers. And that sends a message to both the state and federal governments that we oppose the strategy.
Atlanta News First did speak with a former police officer who says the resolutions could create mistrust between local and federal agencies. The measure is now headed over to Mayor Andre Dickens' desk, and if he doesn't sign these resolutions, they will be enacted automatically.